Hey y'all, so I am out and about making sure I get in my commitment, my self-care commitment, that I placed myself on a 90-day self-care commitment. I forgot what day I'm at. Funny thing about these kind of calendars, if you really stick too much to the calendar, then it becomes very routine and feel very forced and rudimentary, and you're just like, ugh. So the trick that has worked for me over my 10 years of kicking this breast cancer diagnosis that came as a result of toxic environments. When they say stress kills, it does manifest itself in ways that attack your being, your life, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, and financially, right? Stress does come to steal, kill, and destroy, for sure. So what has been working for me when I put myself on challenges is I pick a when date and I just get up and I do. The only time I will stick to the calendar or looking at the calendar is when I'm doing my weekly weigh-in, my measurements and all that stuff, right? That's when I'll be like, oh, I'm on week 3, oh, I'm on week 4, kind of a thing, right? So I'm out here, make sure I'm getting my 7,000 to 10,000 daily steps. Find a way to get it in. No excuses, okay? No excuses, no matter what time of the day. Stick to your commitment. Begin to be a man or woman of your word. That is part of the mirror work. Saying what you mean and meaning what you say, having your word return being the thing by which you hold very, very dear. There's a book that I read years ago. Many of you might have already read it because it's a very, very popular book. And it talks about, in that section, it talks about your word being impeccable. Prior to reading it, sometimes you read books and they are confirmation of, they reaffirm and all that kind of a stuff. And people use different words, so it doesn't sound like they are rinsing and repeating other people's philosophies, right? Because really and truly, when the saying says there's absolutely nothing new under the sun, there is nothing new. The premise of it isn't new. The philosophy of it, what it stands for, isn't new. I've always say what you mean and mean what you say. Your word is your bond. Before there was the physical currency bond where you become a bond or you put a bond out for someone, it used to be your word. As a result of your word being so valuable, you don't go out there and shame the family name. You don't go out there and make your name seem worthless. There was value in your name, and your value in your name was as a result of your word. Were you a man or woman? Did you come from a family where the word was their bond? They were tied to it. When they give you their word, they're going to pay you back, or they're going to return this, or they're going to do this or whatever. You know that it's going to happen because their word was valuable. They didn't play with what came out of their mouth, what promises, what agreements they made. So my word in saying I'm getting out every day, I stick to it. So I got a message in my inbox and I had to sit with it for a minute because I'm like, listen, there's a way I could respond and there's a way I'm going to choose to respond. So I do my mirror work very often because Those who know the younger version of me, listen, there's some things that people don't get second, fourth chance. They can't even get to four because they don't get to second. My older version is giving people benefits of the doubt, right? And you're like, because everybody is, you have the hope that people are growing, right? So you give them the benefit of a second chance, of a do-over. It's like, okay, let's do a reset. I'm gonna give you the opportunity to reset yourself. Then you have those who are so arrogant in themselves, they don't see the gift that you're giving them. They do not see the reset gift that you're giving them. They don't see it. As a result of not seeing it, they make the error of just keep moving forward in their BS. And you're like, okay, you didn't get the gift. So I had to send a response out to this person. And you could just see the pattern and the history of arrogance that they move in. And as a result of, I know, because of my mirror work, that I'm like, they don't know me. Like, I know many don't really know me. As a result of many crossing paths with other human beings, we tend to think we know people, we know their type, especially when we have all these forms that we fill out to identify people's type. When you go to the job interviews, training, workshops, you're talking about the learning type and the leadership type, and like everybody want to cast people, type. Oh, I know their type. So some people make the mistake and the error in typecasting me as a result of who they've come across that they believe fit this one size all definition of those type. And every time they jump out, I always see it as an honor and a privilege to reset them back and say, hey, let's back up a minute, because I know you don't know who you're speaking to. It's evident that you think you know who you're speaking to. So let me allow you, by gifting you the ability to reset yourself. So there's some energies out there that's very arrogant, and they come across in this entitlement that has been handed down by their environments. And this thought came to me, and I'm gonna try to end it on this, because as I go, things pop up in my mind, or inspired thoughts come. So I'm gonna endeavor to end it on this. This thought came to me and said, it's not a new thought, but it just came in a different way, right? The reason why many come in this arrogant state, there is a fear. They're fearful that you're really going to see them, and who they really are is insecure and afraid. And they have to use imagery that's been gifted to them through handed down environments of power plays, right? And they benefit from that perception. Just by being born, they benefit from that perception. And they have to keep that perception going on. For them to remain in power, they have to keep that perception going on even towards you. So they require you, who are now born with the imagery or the perception of not having power, they have to keep you believing that you don't have the power. So every generation that's birthed, it's the responsibility for the mere survival of certain groups, for them to keep that imagery of power, those who have the power and those who are disempowered. They have to keep that cycle. It's in their best interest that they keep that cycle. It's not in their best interest that true equality, true dignity and respect is given. They have to keep the power play, the power shift going. It's in their best interest of survival that they keep that. So what they do, their sons and their daughters grow up in this environment of automatically being empowered because it's handed down to them by societal ideologies. And they automatically are born into this energy of we are the ones in power. And they require the children, the offsprings of those below, to birth another generation who believe they're below. It keeps that cycle going. So it's really not in their best interest that we do have equality, that there is true respect and dignity for all, because their bank account of power relies on us depositing into their bank account that they are in power. They require us to keep depositing in their bank account that we are disempowered. They require that when they show up in the room, we're just like, oh my God, oh my God. They require you to just automatically assume the posture of bowing down because they're being called powerful. They're being called a leader. They're being called the Pope. They're being called the evangelist. They're being called the CEO. They're being called the boss. They're being called the husband. They're being called the first lady. They're being called the bishop. They're being called the principal, the superintendent. They're being called the minister of XYZ. They expect an automatic bowing down when you see them show up in a room, or you want to get an email from them or whatever. So when you have them, those energies come across me and they realize that I am truly not a respecter of calls. I don't care what people call you. How are you showing up? I don't care what they call you. Are you showing up requiring somebody to kiss your ass? You ain't got nothing over here from me. There's a whole room of them. There's a whole room of them there to serve you. I'm the wrong one. When they realize that I'm a respecter of how you show up, not how people call you. When they realize that everybody talk about fearless, 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 when it's like, no, listen, I will speak right back to you. I don't give a, and I thank my father for that. Let me tell you, my earthly father taught me respect is earned. It's not due. The only respect that is automatically due, meaning automatically given, there's no ifs, ands, and buts. It is what it is. You just give respect, is the creator. There's a respect factor that's just due. So it's like, listen, you know why it's due? Because you created. in that position, if you're not sitting in the seat of the Most High, the respect that I give you, you earn it. I automatically give you a mutuality of respect as a result of you being a brother and a sister that is of the human race. Why? Because the Creator stated to give you that respect. But don't think it's because you earned it. No, you've done nothing of yourself. You've done no. So many, when they truly experience that, they don't know how to move. They're discombobulated. They're like, they don't know. It's like, listen, they're like, oh my gosh, you're not afraid. No, why should I be afraid? That person goes to the washroom like me. They wipe. I hope they wipe like me. And I hope they wash their hands like me. Like, for some of y'all, that's another conversation. That's why now the government got to tell you to wash your hands. When I heard that, I'm like, you guys, so the government had to tell you guys to wash your hands when you use the washroom? Well, you weren't doing that before? You need a public service announcement. You need health officials to mandate you washing your hand. Come on, people. Come on, people. We can do better than this. Come on. Come on. So now it has to be a law to wash your hands. Anyhow, those people function just like me. And that's the problem that we have in society. We say we want to fight a system, but we encourage, you're welcome. You're welcome, love. We encourage a system by automatically fulfilling the roles that the system tells us to fill. By automatically being or placing ourselves in the group that's feeding this nonsense. They're not any special than you. Don't let anybody treat you outside of who you are. Now, that's where the mirror work comes in. For you to really know who you are. When you know who you are, you set a standard. You set a standard of conduct. You set, like, when you go into workplaces, they talk about workplace environment, code of conduct. Listen, there's a code of conduct when you come into Lady O space. There's a code of conduct. And I tell you, my children, listen, they know this. There's a code of conduct. And that was just handed down. See, when we come over into this society, this Western society, tell children, oh, there's no code of conduct in how you're supposed to speak, how you're supposed to have respect. And in relationships, there's no code of conduct. It's really subjective. You don't have to be faithful. You don't have to keep your word. You don't have to keep your commitment. There's no code of conduct being a wife or a husband. There's no really code. You kind of set your own code. No. You can set your code, but this is mine. And we have to have this agreement that we both understand what each other's code of conduct is. Now, when you step outside of that code of conduct, there's consequences. So when you know who you are, you establish a code of conduct also for yourself. You establish a code of conduct for yourself. How are you going to show true self-care, show true love for yourself? It might be dark because of how the sun is this way, so maybe I can go walk backwards, get my steps walking backwards. Because I know a lot of you guys like, light, lady, light, lady. You saw my face, so let's keep moving on. Establish a personal code of conduct. This is how I am going to conduct myself based on my value system for me. Now, this is a juicy part. Your personal code of conduct and how you say you're going to conduct yourself based on your value system is a direct indicator of how people are going to treat you. Because when they see how you treat you, when they see your personal code of conduct and how you treat you, they'll be like, oh, well, if you treat you that way, then all right. When they step into your space and they see your movement and they see your code of conduct, when they see your level of ethics, when they see your level of transparency, when they see your level of no nonsense, they're required to act accordingly. Now, free will and choice, they also have the free will and choice of not to operate with the code of conduct that they see that you've established for themselves, but then they're walking into the consequences of what happens on the other side of that. So self-care, we talked about doing our body scan, we talk about treating yourself, we talk about loving yourself, we're talking about your voice, how your voice is your power tool. It's your instrument to be your own cheerleader. We talk about self-care, talking about the quality of water. It's not the quantity, it's the quality of water. We talk about all that. And there's a lot more under self-care. How do you care for yourself? It's not just the spas, the manicures, the pedicures, and the trips and it's deeper than that, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you have any minors that are looking, because there's some people that like to call themselves minor. They keep themselves in a childlike status. That's another Instagram live on self-care, caring for self. How are you calling yourself? How are you seeing yourself? Once you establish your personal code of conduct, just stay in this shade. This is nice. Once you establish your personal code of conduct, it's like osmosis. The people that come into your arena automatically have to adjust. So raise your bar of your personal code of conduct of how you treat yourself. Too much energy is on, oh, you need to treat me like this. Yeah, you need to treat me with respect. You need to do, you're telling people what they need to do, and they're looking at you like, okay, you're telling me, but how are you treating yourself? I see how you show up for you, so I'm a little bit confused, boo. That's why I was talking to you and treating you certain ways, because I see how you move for you. And then you'll have those that even though they see that you have a code of conduct, because of how they think they know your type, they're gonna be like, oh, I don't gotta come in and move accordingly. No, I can just treat her how my culture, how my mindset, or how I've been programmed that those type are treated. And so when they cross that line, that's when you give them the reset and say, no, boo, sorry. sorry, no. Okay, so self-care. Figure out a code of conduct for yourself. How you're going to conduct yourself. All right? And automatically those around you would have to fall in line and fall in place. And then you're not going to be hypocritical and requiring those outside to treat you any differently, right? And then it's easier to spot those that you need to trim off. Very, very easy. When their code of conduct and how they're handling and how they're speaking and how they're relating to you is different than your personal code of conduct, you'll be like, oh, it's so easy to identify that it's time for us to deuces, right? So don't be afraid to start the process. Doesn't matter how you've been moving so far or how people's been moving. You can always start today and say, you know what, as of today, this is my code of conduct for me. This is my code of conduct for me. And it also applies to your conversation, right? The gossiping and the su and the whispering. And be careful of those that whisper in your ears as well. Because let me tell you, those whispers, they're there to trap you, eh? You think they're there to help you? Be careful. because they will send you into a fight that you have no business going into. That's all I got to say. All right. So I am at my destination. I'm here to pick up some food for my kitty cats, my Katie Grace, Simeon's Sheldon, my other cat, Timothy Thomas, TT, Timothy Thomas, he's so sweet, and my little girl, Dana Amore. So I'm at the pet store now, and find ways to get your walks in. Place that you might have driven before, whatever, and go walking. That's, our people back in the days. You want to know how your great-great-grandmother is in her 90s and she's doing laps around the youngins? They walk. All right, I'm here now. So stay in action, faith, and possibility. Walk in and protect your lights. Your purpose will find you. Say what you mean and live like you mean what you say. Go out there and take care of yourself, okay? Establish a personal code of conduct for yourself. Start caring for yourself, and that means your environment. Get out, do your exercise, deep breathing, get some good quality of water, and do your mirror work. All right, go over to Hope Wellness and just see the content that's there. There's a lot of great videos and stuff there to assist you in your choice of the quality of things that you're putting in your body to help detox yourself. Because trust me, we got another fight coming. Listen, I was speaking to a doctor friend of mine 2 days ago, I think it was, that's coming on board with Hope Wellness. There's another fight coming. All right. And as I said this in 2020, when I had my WhatsApp group, I forgot how much was in there, probably 200. I can't remember my WhatsApp group number. It was a good amount. And I said to them, when this thing started coming out in the beginning of 2020, I told my peoples, don't move in fear, move in wisdom. Move in wisdom. We were not given a spirit of fear, just like we were not given a label of powerless. The Most High, let me requalify that statement, because many of you were given it just by birth and just by mere your family. They just tell you, oh, you're oppressed. They keep telling you, you're oppressed, you're oppressed, you're oppressed. So you'd be like, okay, I guess I'm oppressed. Oh my God. Something just came to me when I said that. There's an energy there's an energy that is requiring you to get permission from it to breathe. And people are saying, I need to breathe. I need to breathe. Allow me to breathe. Give me permission to breathe. There's an energy that physically had a viral statement in 2020 with that same statement. He needs to breathe. You're cutting off his air supply. He can't breathe the breath. And fast forward, we have a whole heap of people who are not aware that they are asking permission from those that called themselves superior, asking them permission to breathe. The inferior is asking the permission from the superiors to breathe. I need my ability to breathe. And they designate, listen, as I was saying, before that just kind of hit me on a different level. Go over to Hope Wellness and get your health and wellness information as to the quality of what we all should be doing to detox ourselves, so us to have clarity of mind, for us to walk in wisdom, for us to see bigger pictures, and for us to see the real pictures of what's happening. Also, for us to remember that we were not given the spirit of fear by our Creator, our true identity, our true self, the true mirror image of who we were meant to represent, did not create us or give us a spirit of fear. What we were given was power, we were given love, and we were given a sound mind, a quality of mind, the ability to think critically, quality of thought, the ability to think critically. That's what we were given. We were not given fear. So we need to detox because there's another fight coming. And you need to be strong physically, spiritually, mentally. But more so, this one is definitely spiritual, but more vision. That's what's coming. That's what's coming to me. More vision. It's more for those with sight. So get your detox going. Get your best quality of water going. Get your immune system fortified. And you're good. You got you're good. You're gonna be all right. We are gonna be all right. Okay? So let me go get my cat's food and walk back, and then I would have accomplished my task of 10,000 and more steps. All right? Talk to you guys. Have a wonderful day. Go out there. All right? Take it easy on yourselves, okay? Take it easy on yourself. All right?